Welcome back. You're still tuned into First Rates right here on ET Now. And China recently imposed restrictions on export of rare earth mineral supply globally. And this is already starting to have implications across sectors. To discuss this in greater detail, we now have Sarada Bhusha Mohanty, Director Finance and CMD at IREL, now joining us. So thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. But first up, if you can tell us how serious is the current situation around rare earth mineral supply chain, and do you see this as a short-term disruption or a deeper strategic concern for across industries?
I would like to just brief you. The restriction imposed by China on this rare earth magnets as well as seven more minerals has really created a supply chain disruption as far as the automakers of India, as they are mostly dependent on Chinese source. And as it is already known, China controls around 90% of the global rare earth magnet production, and Japan being 7%, and Vietnam is around 1%. With the demand of EVs growing and consumption of NDFE boron magnet expected to multifold by 2032. So the demand for this REM in two-wheeler sector also will mount like anything. Hence, the restriction from the China is definitely creating a cascading effect, and worldwide, not only to India, worldwide. Because of near monopoly of China, the present issue of restriction on the supply of magnets is a setback to the auto industries who are depending fully on this. And India being progressing with a steadfast pace in the field of manufacturing as far as the Make in India policy is concerned. But since the technology is closely guarded and the economy of scale, inverted duty structure, cost of economy, all these are the factors which are deterrent for this progress in this field. Although this field is quite open since long. The present situation with respect to non-supply of NDFE boron magnet by China is quite grim. And I think it is all on a sudden the country cannot tide over the situation. And India is quite capable, and IREL, we are manufacturing quite a good amount of ND PR, which is current requirement of the country can be fulfilled with this.
Right. Beyond China, though, what are the viable alternatives that India has for sourcing rare earth magnets? Any creditable partners or are the credible partners that we have globally?
To reduce the dependency on the monazite and the other kind of source where this, in the case of monazite, the chain is very long. So from the exploration to mining to concentration to then cracking to refining to making of NdPr oxide to all this, it's a very long gestation period. So in order to address this quickly, we'll be looking for some other minerals, like instead of monazite, we'll be looking for genotime or carbonatite. We are also having the source of hard rock. Hard rock also will be going for it. But all on a sudden, these facilities will not happen. It will take a long time. So with the focused approach, step by step, and with the long-term vision, we will definitely in the medium to long term, we will tide over the situation. And up right now, I think we have to, our auto sector as well as the government delegation, they should try for getting it with China to get this temporary shortfall to be made. And one more point is also there. They are asking for this end user certificate. Suppose we are using it, we can send the this motor parts and something where the magnet can be fitted and imported back into India. Those kind of things have to be thought of.
Okay, right. And Mr. Mohanty, you did mention that we have some sources of rare earth metals in India as well, but can India meet its rare earth needs domestically? Do we have the reserves that are required, and more importantly, the refining and processing capabilities? Help us understand what is the gestation period, and can we fulfill this requirement back home?
If you see RE bearing ore totaling around 13.15 million ton, and India is having, and our rare earth deposits will be around 6.9 million ton. India is having the fifth largest rare earth reserve, And India is capable of, currently we are capable of producing 4,000 metric ton of HPRE, whereas due to shortage of sufficient feed material, it produces around 2,000 metric ton of HPRE, out of which around 500 metric ton of NdPr oxide is produced, which can effectively produce around 1,500 metric ton of magnets, which can, if we can produce right now, then it can meet our current requirement, which is not possible at the stage. So this sector is quite open, but so far nobody has come forward and put up the plant and facilities. So then another point is RE value chain is contains multiple steps. So what I was saying, it's a mining separation, chemical operation, then refining, then to produce individual rare earth oxides, and it goes to the metal production, alloy production, then the magnet will be produced. So that's then ultimately it will go to the end use application of motors for EVs and other areas. So now the point is India's capability. India currently producing up to the rare earth oxides, and limited capability for production of metal and alloys. Those things are on, and since behind IRL, this BRC as well as this DMRL, they are already having this commercial scale. They're trying for the commercial scale, and with that technology availability in India, we will be in a position to make it shortly.
Mr. Mohanty, we understand it's a gradual process and it cannot be done overnight. But can you tell us if any government or private players are looking to get into this? And is the government exploring a PLI scheme or similar incentive mechanism specifically for rare earth and magnet manufacturing back home in India?
They see PLI particularly. I will tell you one more point. In this sector particularly, the extraction is a little complex and cumbersome, and at the same time, the supply as well as the value chain is very long. Supply as well as the value chain is long, and the ore what we are having is lean deposits. If you compare with China, which is 6% content, US is having the highest. India is having only 0.056%. So they are superior in 100% their ore quality. So then usage of these goods, whatever the rare earth, is minuscule. So and the technology whatever is there, that is closely guarded. So although sector is quite open to private players, nobody has shown interest because this cost economy. The economy of scale will not be possible. So then definitely government of India is planning for this PLI scheme, and they are the how it will come up, what shape it will be given, and more the production, the more the incentive, and how the modality will be there. It is all under examination, like viable gap funding, and whether for the capital expenditure and incentives for the custom duty equipments are to be imported to India. So there the custom duty incidents will be there. So how to get the custom duty exempted, tax exemption, and to attract the world class technology, those things are required. So government of India is all poised for this.
Right, Mr. Mohanty, thank you so much for giving us that clarity on how exactly the situation is going to pan out and how the Indian players and segments tend to get impacted. But the other one in focus today is